Welcome to my channel. Stop scrolling, this 5-cent coin could be worth hundreds of dollars. Some United States nickels from 1963, 1979, 1981, 1985, 1998, and 2002 are highly valuable to collectors. Featuring Thomas Jefferson's portrait and the iconic Monticello design, rare mint and error coins can bring big money. Always check the year, mint mark, and condition. And now, let's get started.
The 5-cent United States of America coin, commonly called the U.S. nickel, issued in 1963, is an important and interesting coin in American history. This coin belongs to the long-running Jefferson Nickels series, which was first introduced in 1938 and remained in production until 2003. The 1963 nickel represents the United States during a time of political tension, economic growth, and social change, especially during the Cold War era. Although it is not a rare coin, it carries historical, cultural, and educational value for collectors and historians. The 1963 U.S. 5-cent coin is made of a metal composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This metal mixture gives the coin its silver-gray color and strong durability. The coin weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.21 millimeters, with a smooth plain edge. Unlike silver coins of earlier decades, the nickel does not contain precious metals, which made it affordable and practical for everyday use. This composition was chosen because it resists corrosion and can survive long circulation. On the front side obverse of the coin, there is a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the main author of the Declaration of Independence. Jefferson is shown with fine details, including his hair, coat, and facial features. The word, liberty, appears to the right of Jefferson's portrait, followed by the year, 1963. Just after the word liberty, you will see a small star, which separates the word from the date. The phrase, "In God We Trust," is written along the left side of the coin. This phrase reflects the national motto of the United States and represents faith and unity. The back side reverse of the 1963 nickel shows Monticello, the historic home of Thomas Jefferson located in Virginia. Monticello is a symbol of Jefferson's contributions to architecture, science, education, and democracy. The image shows the building in a straight, balanced design with clear steps and columns. Above Monticello, the words, E pluribus unum, are written, which means, out of many, one, in Latin. This phrase symbolizes the unity of the American states. Below the building is the word, Monticello, and at the bottom of the coin are the words, 5 cents, and United States of America. The 1963 Jefferson nickel was produced in 2 different U.S. mint locations. One was the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark, and the other was the Denver Mint, which used a D mint mark located on the reverse side, near Monticello. There was no San Francisco Mint production for nickels in 1963. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 276 million coins, while the Denver Mint produced over 276 million coins as well. Because of these very high production numbers, the coin is still common today. Historically, the year 1963 was very significant in the United States. It was the year when President John F. Kennedy was assassinated, which deeply shocked the nation. It was also a major year in the civil rights movement, with events such as Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous, "I Have a Dream" speech. The 1963 nickel circulated during a time when America was facing both hope and struggle, progress and conflict. Holding this coin is like holding a small piece of that powerful historical period. From a collector's point of view, the 1963 nickel is generally considered a common coin, meaning it is not rare or extremely valuable. In circulated condition, it is usually worth face value, 5 cents or slightly more. In uncirculated or mint condition, it may be worth 25 cents to $1, depending on quality. Coins with full steps on Monticello, sharp, clear steps are more desirable and can be worth more to serious collectors. Errors such as double die strikes, off-center strikes, or weak strikes can significantly increase the value. The design of the Jefferson nickel was created by Felix Schlag, a German-American sculptor. His original design was chosen through a competition held by the U.S. Mint. Although the design changed slightly over the years, the basic look of Jefferson and Monticello remained the same in 1963. This design helped make the Jefferson nickel one of the most recognizable coins in American history. In everyday life, the 1963 5-cent coin was widely used for small purchases such as newspapers, candy, public transportation, and vending machines. During the 1960s, 5 cents had much more purchasing power than it does today. The coin played a role in daily American life and was handled by millions of people across the country. In conclusion, the 1963 5-cent United States of America coin is not just a simple piece of metal. It represents American leadership through Thomas Jefferson, architectural beauty through Monticello, national unity through its inscriptions, and an important moment in U.S. history. While it may not be rare or highly valuable, it holds strong historical, educational, and cultural importance. For beginners, it is an excellent coin to study, collect, and understand the story of American money and history. The 5-cent United States coin, commonly known as the nickel, issued in 1985, is an important part of American everyday currency and numismatic history. The coin has a face value of 5 cents USD 5 cents and was produced by the United States Mint. The design used in 1985 belongs to the long-running Jefferson nickel series, which was first introduced in 1938 and continued until 2003. This makes the 1985 nickel part of a very stable and recognizable design tradition in U.S. coinage. The obverse front side of the 1985 nickel features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. This portrait was designed by Felix Schlag, whose original design won a national competition in the 1930s. On the obverse, the word, Liberty, appears on the right side of Jefferson's profile, followed by a star and the minting year, 1985. The motto, In God We Trust, is inscribed along the left edge of the coin. The portrait style used in 1985 is relatively smooth and formal, reflecting mid-20th century engraving standards. The reversed back side of the 1985 nickel displays Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's historic plantation home located in Virginia. Monticello is one of the most iconic buildings in American history and is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The image shows the building from a frontal view, with its classical columns and dome clearly visible. Above Monticello is the word, Monticello, and below it appears, 5 cents, indicating the coin's denomination. At the bottom of the reverse side is the inscription, United States of America. The Latin motto, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, appears above Monticello, symbolizing the unity of the American states. In terms of metal composition, the 1985 5-cent coin is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. Despite being called a nickel, the coin actually contains more copper than nickel. This alloy gives the coin its distinctive silver-gray appearance, durability, and resistance to corrosion. The coin has a diameter of 21.21 millimeters, a thickness of about 1.95 millimeters, and a weight of exactly 5 grams. The edge of the coin is plain, smooth, meaning it has no reeds or lettering. The 1985 nickel was minted at 3 U.S. Mint facilities. Coins produced at Philadelphia carry no mint mark, which is standard practice for that mint. Coins made at the Denver Mint bear a small D mint mark, while those struck at the San Francisco Mint carry an S mint mark and were primarily produced as proof coins. Proof coins are specially made for collectors using polished dies and planchettes, resulting in sharper details and mirror-like surfaces. The mintage numbers for the 1985 nickel are quite high, reflecting its role as a circulating coin used daily in commerce. Hundreds of millions of nickels were struck that year, making the coin very common in circulation. Because of this high production, most 1985 nickels do not have significant monetary value above face value, especially if they are worn or heavily circulated. However, uncirculated examples and proof versions can be worth more to collectors, particularly if they are well preserved. From a collector's perspective, the 1985 nickel is usually considered a modern circulation coin, not a rare or key date. Still, it is important for people assembling a complete Jefferson nickel collection. Coins in mint state condition, Mississippi 65 or higher, especially those with strong strikes and minimal marks, can carry modest premiums. Proof coins from San Francisco are especially popular among collectors due to their high visual quality. Historically, the year 1985 falls within a period of relative stability in U.S. coin design. There were no major design changes to the nickel during this time, and the coin reflects the conservative approach taken by the U.S. Mint in the late 20th century. The Jefferson nickel would later undergo design changes in the early 2000s with the Westward Journey series, but the 1985 issue represents the classic, traditional design that Americans had used for decades. In everyday life, the 1985 5-cent coin was widely used in vending machines, public transportation, retail purchases, and savings. It played a small but essential role in daily transactions and remains legal tender today. Even now, many 1985 nickels can still be found in circulation, demonstrating the durability and long lifespan of U.S. coinage. In conclusion, the 1985 United States 5-cent coin is a durable, historically significant, and widely circulated piece of American currency. While it may not be rare or highly valuable, it represents American history, craftsmanship, and continuity in coin design. Its association with Thomas Jefferson and Monticello gives it strong cultural and educational value, making it an important coin for collectors, students, and anyone interested in U.S. history. The 2002 United States 5-cent coin, most commonly called the Jefferson nickel, is a regular circulating coin from the United States with a face value of 5 cents, 5 United States cents. It belongs to a long-running series of nickels that began in 1938 featuring the third U.S. President Thomas Jefferson on the front, or obverse, and his Virginia estate Monticello on the back, or reverse. In 2002, the Jefferson nickel was still part of this long-standing design tradition, with no special commemorative reverse yet issued that year, unlike later Westward Journey designs from 2004-2005. The coin was struck in large numbers in 2002 by the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and also in smaller quantities by the San Francisco Mint as a proof coin for collectors. The Philadelphia version carries a P mint mark, the Denver version has a D, and the San Francisco proof coins are marked with an S. Combined, over 1.2 billion of these nickels were produced in 2002, which makes them very common in everyday pocket change, especially the Philadelphia and Denver issues that were intended for general circulation. Online Coin Club. Physically, the 2002 nickel is round with a smooth plain edge, and it weighs 5.00 grams with a diameter of about 21.21 millimeters and a thickness of roughly 1.95 millimeters. It is made from a durable cupronickel composition consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which gives it a silver-gray color and resistance to corrosion and wear. This composition has been standard for nickels since World War II, except for special wartime alloy coins made in the 1940s. The design of the obverse shows Jefferson's left-facing portrait, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," on the left side and "Liberty," plus the year 2002 on the right. The reverse shows a detailed image of Monticello with the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, above, and the denomination, 5 cents, along with, United States of America, below. The initials of the coin's designer, Felix Schlag, appear as FS near Jefferson's shoulder. Coin trackers +2. Because so many 2002 nickels were produced for circulation, most that you find in your change are worth only their face value, 5 cents, especially if they show signs of wear like scratches or smoothing. However, collector-grade coins that are in uncirculated condition, with no wear from use, can be more valuable to coin collectors. Typical uncirculated examples might be worth slightly above face value, often between a few cents and a few dollars depending on condition, grading, and market demand. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint with the S mark are struck with specially polished dies for collectors and often command a higher value, sometimes several dollars or more, because they are sharper and shinier than regular circulation strikes. Some exceptionally well-preserved uncirculated or proof coins with perfect surface detail and no marks can be sought after by collectors and may fetch even higher prices in auctions or specialist coin markets. Coin trackers +1. In summary, the 2002 United States nickel is a common but historically interesting coin that reflects American numismatic tradition, honoring Thomas Jefferson and his architectural legacy while also playing a practical role in daily commerce. Although most examples remain worth their face value of 5 cents, the coin's design, composition, mint marks, and collector variants make it a subject of interest for coin enthusiasts around the world. Online Coin Club. The 1979 United States 5-cent coin, commonly known as a nickel, is part of the Jefferson Nickels series, which has been minted since 1938. This coin is made primarily of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a durable and corrosion-resistant composition. In 1979, the U.S. Mint produced nickels at multiple facilities, including Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark. The coin features the same classic design that has been familiar to Americans for decades, honoring Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. Its standard diameter is 21.21 millimeters, thickness 1.95 millimeters, and it weighs 5 grams, making it easy to recognize in daily use. Obverse front design. The obverse side of the 1979 nickel showcases a detailed portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag, which has been in use since 1938. Jefferson is depicted in profile, facing left, with a formal and thoughtful expression. Around the edge of the coin, you will find the inscriptions. "In God We Trust," at the left upper side, "Liberty," followed by the coin's year, 1979, on the right side. Jefferson's hair and clothing are finely detailed, giving a sense of depth despite the coin's small size. This obverse design has remained a symbol of American history, representing Jefferson's role as a founding father, author of the Declaration of Independence, and a president who championed democratic values. Reverse back design. The reverse side of the 1979 nickel features Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's Virginia home, also designed by Felix Schlag. Monticello is depicted in classic neoclassical architecture with a central dome, columns, and steps leading to the entrance. Around the rim of the coin, you will find the inscriptions. E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. United States of America, 5 cents, denoting the coin's face value. This design celebrates Jefferson's achievements not only as a politician but also as an architect and visionary thinker, highlighting Monticello as a cultural and historical landmark. Minting and production. In 1979, the U.S. Mint produced a total of over 1.6 billion nickels. These were struck at Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Denver Mint, D mint mark. The coin features a reedless edge, unlike some modern coins with ridged edges. Production quality in 1979 was very high, as the mint was focused on minimizing imperfections and maintaining consistent metal composition. Some coins were produced in proof sets, which are specially struck for collectors with mirror-like surfaces and sharper details. Collectibility and value. While the 1979 nickel is common in circulation, it holds value for collectors, especially in uncirculated or proof condition. Coins with a full mint luster, no scratches or blemishes can fetch higher prices. The value of a standard circulated 1979 nickel is usually close to face value, 5 cents. However, proof coins, mint errors, or coins with low mintage can be worth significantly more. Collectors look for details such as double die errors, off-center strikes, planchette flaws, coins from the Denver Mint in uncirculated condition. Owning these coins provides insight into the economic, historical, and artistic heritage of the U.S. during the late 1970s. Historical context. The 1979 nickel was minted during a dynamic period in American history, post-Vietnam War and during the presidency of Jimmy Carter. Coins like these circulated widely, being used in everyday transactions, from buying groceries to public transportation fares. This nickel reflects the stability of the U.S. monetary system, the long-standing tradition of honoring founding fathers on currency, and the continuation of classic coin designs even as the nation experienced cultural and economic change. Conclusion. The 1979 United States 5-cent coin is much more than a simple currency piece. It is a blend of history, art, and utility, featuring Thomas Jefferson's portrait and Monticello, symbolizing his multifaceted contributions. While common, it remains a collectible item for those who appreciate U.S. coinage. Its durable copper-nickel composition, classic design, and historical significance make it a small but meaningful piece of American heritage. Whether used in transactions or collected as a historical artifact, the 1979 nickel continues to connect people to the rich legacy of Thomas Jefferson and the enduring history of the United States Mint. The 1989 United States 5-cent coin, commonly referred to as a nickel, is part of the Jefferson Nickels series, which has been minted since 1938. This coin is composed of a copper-nickel alloy, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a distinctive silvery gray color and a relatively durable surface suitable for daily circulation. The coin weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.21 millimeters, with a smooth edge. Its metallic composition ensures resistance to corrosion, which is why nickels maintain their appearance even after years of use. On the obverse front side of the coin, there is a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, facing left. This portrait was originally designed by sculptor Felix Schlag in 1938, and though minor modifications have been made over the decades, the basic design remains the same. Above Jefferson's head is the inscription, "In God We Trust," while to the left side of the portrait is the word, "Liberty," followed by the coin's mint year, 1989. Depending on where the coin was minted, a small mint mark may appear next to the year. The mint marks can be D for Denver or P for Philadelphia, although Philadelphia nickels often do not have a visible mint mark. The reverse back side of the 1989 nickel features Monticello, the historic Virginia home of Thomas Jefferson, rendered in detailed relief. Below the image is the inscription, "Monticello," while above it reads, "E pluribus unum," which translates from Latin as, "out of many, one." At the bottom of the reverse side, the denomination is clearly stated as 5 cents, along with United States of America. The Monticello design has symbolic significance, representing Jefferson's legacy as an architect, statesman, and author of the Declaration of Independence. The 1989 nickel was minted during a period of relatively low collectible demand, so most coins from this year are in general circulation. However, certain nickels, especially those in uncirculated or proof condition, are sought after by collectors. Proof versions were specially struck with a higher level of detail and a mirror-like finish, usually for collectors rather than for general circulation. The coin's historical and artistic value, combined with its everyday use, makes it an enduring piece of American currency. Despite its low monetary value, the nickel represents more than 5 cents. It is a reflection of American history, artistry, and national identity. The continued use of Jefferson's portrait and Monticello underscores the importance of preserving the legacy of the Founding Fathers, while the consistent metal composition and size make the coin practical for commerce. Whether in a pocket, a piggy bank, or a collector's album, the 1989 United States nickel remains a small yet significant emblem of American coinage. The United States 5-cent coin, commonly known as the nickel, has been in circulation since 1866. The 1981 nickel belongs to the Jefferson series, which features Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse front side. The design was originally introduced in 1938 and was slightly modified in 2004 for the Westward Journey series, but in 1981 it still had the classic Jefferson portrait. The obverse design shows Jefferson in a left-facing profile, with his name, Thomas Jefferson, inscribed above, the motto, "In God We Trust," to the left, and the year of minting, 1981, to the right. The portrait is detailed, showing Jefferson's facial features, hair, and collar of his coat, reflecting the artistic style of the mid-20th century United States coinage. On the reverse back of the 1981 nickel, the design features Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia home. Monticello is depicted in a neoclassical architectural style, with a dome in the center and columns on each side. The inscriptions include, "United States of America," along the top edge, "E pluribus unum," above the building, and 5 cents, at the bottom, indicating the coin's denomination. The design is detailed, showing the windows, doors, and the surrounding structure of Monticello, giving it a realistic appearance. The edges of the coin are smooth, and it is made of a copper-nickel alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. The diameter of the coin is 21.21 millimeters, it weighs 5 grams, and it has a thickness of 1.95 millimeters, making it slightly larger and heavier than a penny but smaller than a quarter. The 1981 Jefferson nickel was minted at 2 locations, the Philadelphia Mint, which produced coins without a mint mark, and the Denver Mint, which produced coins with a small D mint mark to the right of Monticello on the reverse. In terms of circulation, the 1981 nickel is relatively common, with over 900 million coins minted in total, so it is not considered rare. However, collectors look for coins in uncirculated condition or those with proof finishes, which were made for collectors rather than for general circulation. A proof 1981 nickel, often with a mirror-like finish and sharp details, can be more valuable than a regular circulated coin. In terms of historical and cultural significance, the Jefferson nickel highlights the importance of Thomas Jefferson as a founding father, a principal author of the Declaration of Independence, and an architect of Monticello. The coin is not only a medium of everyday exchange but also a miniature tribute to Jefferson's contributions to the United States. Even today, the 1981 nickel remains a collectible coin for enthusiasts who are interested in American history, coin design, and numismatics.